Aquarius. Happy New Year! This is your 2015 forecast. I think it's going to be an exciting year. Saturn into Sagittarius is a fire sign which tunes in very nicely with your air energy. Of course, Uranus still in Aries, again tuning in nicely with you. And all three Mercury retrogrades are in air signs this year. And you are, of course, an air sign. So I think that you're going to be coming up with some amazingly creative new ideas, problem-solving ideas, because if anybody can find solutions to problems by thinking outside the box, it's you lovely Aquarians. So I think these Mercury retrogrades are going to help you. I'm going to break the year down for you, and at the end of the video you'll have a list of all the important dates that I mentioned with those aspects during this video. So the first Mercury retrograde, Aquarius, is in your sign, starting January 22nd until February 11th. So it's right here in your first house. So good time to reflect on yourself. Good time to reflect on how you want to appear, how you want to be seen, how you speak, how you dress, how you do your hair. Everything about the way you look and appear, you'll be re-evaluating during this Mercury retrograde. From February 20th until March 17th, we've got Venus and Mars coming together. And Venus and Mars come together a lot of times this year. Normally, they only come together for maybe 4 to 6 weeks of the year. This year, on and off, they're coming together a lot. So this should bode well for romance and for peaceful communications, at least potentially. So this first Venus and Mars happening for you in your third house. And with Uranus as an overtone here, this could bring somebody new into your life. A new social circle, new people, new friends. Maybe you've moved to a new community. Maybe it's time to connect with a new community online that could be really enjoyable to connect with. Good time for studying, for learning, for teaching, for producing something, but certainly for coming up with lots of new ideas. And with Venus there, you might come up with a really good money-making idea as well. So we've got a lovely aspect between February 24th and March the 9th. We've got a glorious trine between Jupiter in your 7th house of relationship and Uranus in your 3rd house. Doesn't happen very often that these two trine, but they're trining in fire signs, which is certainly harmonious with your natal sun, and this could bring a new relationship, a new romantic relationship, but inspiration with a relationship. So something getting spiced up, new ideas as to how to connect with somebody. Maybe it's been difficult with someone for a while. All of a sudden you get an inspiration and suddenly the enthusiasm comes back. Everything comes back. It's a time of growing, of learning in relationships, but this brings excitement in those relationships. And I know Aquarians, being an air sign, you love a bit of excitement. Finally, we get the final square between Uranus and Pluto that I've been speaking about for years now, but it's the final exact square in March the 12th to the 28th. These two square together. So this is the last opportunity saying to you, Aquarius, okay, have I really taken my power in relationships? Have I got clear enough boundaries? Am I clear with people, or am I just somehow just allowing things to chance? How am I dealing with authority figures? How am I dealing with people in charge? Am I just rebelling in my Uranian way, which you Aquarians do sometimes? Or am I just taking my power in a quiet, secure way and people are just really respecting my space? So that's the final pass of that. Then from March 31st till April 11th, we've got Venus and Mars together, coming again together into your 4th house, into Taurus. So these two are energizing anything connected with your home, your family. If there's been any unrest or maybe disagreements, Venus and Mars, it softens the energy of Mars. That's what Venus does when it comes together. So there could be making up with a member of your family. There could be something nice happening in your home, anything to do with home and family, or people who feel like family. You may have people over, you may do something very hospitable, but just something nice happening at that time with family and home. Now from May the 18th to June the 11th, we've got Mercury hopping over in, again, retrograde into your 5th house. So this is a really good time to reflect on, am I doing enough of the things that I enjoy? Am I really taking enough pleasure out every day? Is there something that I really enjoy that I could make into my work now? It's a great time for doing anything creative: reading, writing, teaching, sewing, gardening, computer programming, anything that involves a creative spirit where you've got to come up with new ideas. That Mercury retrograde is going to be really nice and powerful for you. And then between June 15th and 28th, we get this trine exact again between Uranus and Jupiter. Again, sparking new relationships, sparking an excitement and passion into your relationships. And you'll have an opportunity to grow. Maybe a mentor, somebody that you really respect, coming into your life all of a sudden, and it's like suddenly it's like your relationships are taken to a whole new higher level, a higher dimension. That's what this trine can do for you. And then, so we've got Saturn for much of the year is going to be in this 11th house, but between June the 15th and September the 18th, Saturn moves back into your 10th house of career. Now, it's only for 3 months, but it's checking on you. It's saying, hey, Aquarius, have you got a good structure in place as far as your career is concerned? Have you got some steps and a plan and a strategy for getting to where you want to get to? And if not, this is just the final questioning of putting that plan into action and getting it going. But as I said, for much of the year, and actually until December of 2017, we've got Saturn in this 11th house. So it's staying there quite a while. And Saturn in your 11th house is going to possibly have you look at your friendships, your social circle, and maybe just narrow it down in some ways to the people who are most important to you. Yes, there may be endings of certain friendships, making the way for new and more nourishing ones, better ones. It's also a good time for thinking about what your dreams, your wishes are, what you want to accomplish for yourself and for the world, and for doing something tangible with it. Very often I see Saturn transiting the 11th house. I see somebody do something for a cause they believe in, for getting involved in some kind of a humanitarian aspect of some venture in some way, and really doing something practical to help others and feeling great about it. Because let's face it, Aquarius, it's the age of Aquarius. It's about collaborating. It's about working with others. So I think that Saturn could be very beneficial to you in learning to work more with others, more effectively, and getting some real tangible results. And between July 25th and September 6th, we've got Venus, planet ruling your love and your money, going retrograde. This only happens every couple years, so for the first part of the retrograde, just between July 25th and the end of the month, it's retrograde in this 8th house. So retrograding here, this means to reflect upon your finances, your money. Things slow down in the areas that it rules whenever there's a retrograde. So it's going to slow things down in finances and in relationships to give you the space to reassess and, if necessary, redefine them. So this time, that last week of July, will be the time to reassess your finances, anything connected with how you spend money, save money, any partnerships that you've got that you're involved with financially. And then all of August and until the 6th of September, this retrograde here in your 7th house of relationship. The perfect place to reevaluate all of your relationships. And things may slow down. I mean, you may in fact get into a new relationship during this retrograde. Very possible with Jupiter there as well. And I'm going to suggest that you wait until after September 6th before making any serious commitments or decisions, because things can change once Venus goes direct again. From August 8th to September 24th, we've got Mars joining the party here as well. So this is energizing relationships, saying to you, come on Aquarius, let's be proactive in a relationship and not just sit back and expect changes without you making those necessary changes. From August the 11th, now, really important aspect. So I've mentioned that we've got Jupiter in the 7th house. It's brought a lot of expansion in relationships, new possibilities in relationships. It's there until August the 11th. But then from the 11th of August, it goes into your 8th house and stays there until September the 10th of 2016. So the first part of the year, it's expanding your relationships. And the second part of the year, Aquarius, it's expanding your resources. This could mean an inheritance. This could mean somebody helping you financially. This could mean you going into some kind of partnership with somebody, some collaboration with somebody. It's also a great time for developing your spiritual side, for studying anything like astrology, tarot, numerology, past lives, psychotherapy. All of that is wonderful during this Jupiter transit. But it can be particularly fortunate financially, or even fortunate for a mate or a partner for their finances. And from September 17th till October 9th, we've got Mercury retrograding again up here in your 9th house. So this is a time to think about your spiritual direction. What's the meaning of my life? What kind of meaning do I want my life to have? It's a wonderful time for writing something, for producing, for writing a book, publishing a book, getting information out there. It's a wonderful time for that during this retrograde. It's also a good time for thinking about how can I connect with people wider circles. Of course, our social networking gives us great opportunity to do that, but during the retrograde, really think about how you can work internationally with more and more people. And from October the 8th to November the 8th, we've got Venus and Mars moving into this 8th house, joining that Jupiter. So this is energizing money again, energizing maybe a grant, a sponsorship, an investor, somebody wanting to help you financially. This is really good potentially for you financially there, Aquarius. And finally, between November 12th and December 4th, Venus and Mars moving along again. So Mercury has done its retrograde, it's gone off now, and there towards the end of the year, Venus and Mars in this 9th house. Well, could bring you a romance from overseas, could bring you some very meaningful people in your life, really relationships with people who can change you, yes, who can change your consciousness to a higher level. It's great for teaching others, training others, coaching, motivating others. There's a lot of motivational energy in your chart for this year, Aquarius. And of course, bear in mind, a lot of mutable energy, what with Neptune in Pisces already, Saturn in Sag, Jupiter the latter part of the year in Virgo. It's showing me that we're going to have to learn to be a lot more adaptable. And you are a fixed sign, Aquarius. So sometimes you dig your heels in. So this year, particularly the latter part, all of us are going to have to be more adaptable. People are going to be changing their minds. But if we can go with these changes, it's like we're fine-tuning a lot of the cardinal climax now. We're fine-tuning things. And in that process, it's a bit like going backwards and forwards a bit. That's how your life may feel. But if you can sway with a lot of these changes, things will move much more quickly for you, and you'll feel as though you're accomplishing more, and you'll feel a whole lot happier. So I'd love to take a look at your year 2015 astrologically. If you'd like to come, I'd be delighted to hear from you. And thank you for subscribing, commenting, sharing, and for all the lovely emails that so many of you send me. I really love that. Thank you so much. Bye for now.